I'm Scott Laningham with DeveloperWorks. I'm joined now by Bryson, an old friend. We've worked together in the past. Brian, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Scott. I'm doing well. Good to be here, buddy.
Brian, for those who don't know him, is content manager, IBM Developer Events, which means he's entirely responsible for how entertaining our public persona is. Is that correct, Brian?
That's exactly my responsibility, yes. My responsibility to make sure all developers at InterConnect come and have a rockin' good time.
The dev at portion of big IBM events is really where you'll find Brian and his great work coming out. And that happened at Insight. It happens at InterConnect. The next big one is coming up at InterConnect 2016, which is in late February in Las Vegas, right?
That's right. Yep, last week of February.
And taking place across two massive hotel complexes, MGM Grand and Mandalay Bay. Which location will you guys be in? Do you know that?
So we are in the expo hall of the Mandalay, which is where pretty much all the developer content for the event is. So we're actually have a very good location this year. Really looking forward to getting some good traffic into the zone.
All right. So tell us about the dev at experience. For those who haven't tasted it before, what's it all about?
Yeah, sure. So there's two aspects to it. We sort of have two goals with DevOut. The first is to educate, and the second is to entertain. So let me tell you about kind of the education stuff first. The whole DevOut area is built around sort of this new development platform, and there's 6 kind of core topics that we're covering this year. And those are cloud, mobile, Watson or cognitive, if you will, DevOps, Internet of Things, IoT, and security. So those were our core topics. These are the things that are hot in the developer world that we're talking about. And for each of those topics, we sort of built up a series of activities. And we classify them as learn, ask, and try activities. So the learn portion are 15-minute lightning talks. So basically, on Tuesday and Wednesday, which are the 48 hours of DevAt, from 12 to 4, we will be running back-to-back lightning talks. So every 20 minutes, a new speaker gets up and does a pitch or a presentation on a technical topic related to cloud, mobile, Watson, DevOps, security, IoT. And it's really a monologue. It's really just, here's some fast information, and it's a great way to get sort of insight into sort of what's on the cutting edge of those topics. Now, usually what happens, though, is once they do these talks, it tends to spark a whole bunch of questions from people. And so what we do is we then invite those speakers to go to the Ask area of the DevAt playground. And that's where we have set up the Ask Me Anything zone. So the Ask Me Anything zone is where you can go and have a dialogue with these presenters, with these experts, technical experts, to find out more about their specific area of expertise, whether that's cognitive, mobile, DevOps, Internet of Things, whatever. So they've got a whiteboard there, they've got a monitor, they've got their notebooks there, and they can do demos, they can answer questions, they can have a dialogue, and talk at a very technical level, because these are all technical SMEs as to what's going on.
This is about a concentrated dev experience in the midst of.
This is all dev stuff. This is not for the executives. This, there is some applicability for the managers, because a lot of the managers in the tech world are still doing some of the tech development, or were former devs or techs themselves. So it's sort of for that audience. But this is, so everything in DevAt is about how, not what. It's all practical knowledge, and our goal is that everything that we talk about is something that you could potentially use when you go back to work on the following Monday. So very technical. So we've got the learn, right, which is the monologues. We've got the Ask Me Anything, which is a dialogue with an expert. But the real proof of all this stuff is when you actually get to try it yourself. So what we've done is we've got 3 lab areas in the DevAt zone, and you can come, and in 15 minutes, we pledge to you that you can sit down, you'll be given an exercise and be pointed to a laptop, and you can go through and do some sort of exercise demonstrating one of these core technologies. So a lot of the coding is done for you in these things, because it's 15 minutes, right? It's just a quick trial. But you are sitting down, you're at the PC, you're given a project that's like 95% complete. You finish it off either by adding some code, modifying some code, or whatever, and then push it out either to your mobile phone, to the web, or what, depends on whatever the specific exercise is. And you get your hands on and play and experiment with the technology. So that's how we deliver the content. It's learn, it's ask, and it's try. And that's how we sort of bring people up to speed on what's sort of cutting edge in these areas. That's our curriculum at DevAt.
You've got some fun things happening. I mean, not just learning, but also some kind of cool, fun game-like experiences too, right?
Well, that's the thing, right? So a lot of this tech is really interesting stuff, especially security and Internet of Things. There's some great possibilities there. So we've got what we call TECHTIVITIES, which are really fun demos of new technology. And so some of the things you can try, give you a couple examples, are things like playing rock, paper, scissors against Spark, which is our analytics, which is an open source analytics engine that runs on our Bluemix platform. And so you can play, rock, paper, scissors, and against this computer, which actually it's against a robot, to be honest. And what's happening is as more people play against it, the analytics engine is becoming smarter with every game, and it's learning what is the best first thing to move. What is the best first thing to throw? Is it rock? Is it paper? Is it scissors? Or what is the best thing to throw after the attendee throws rock? Is it best to go paper or scissors? What's the best strategy? So it's building kind of a strategy cognitive engine. So you may win on Tuesday, but your chances of winning on Wednesday are far less because it's accumulating knowledge, and it's a real neat demonstration of what can be done in intelligence there. We've got an arcade. So a lot of our clients are building games on the Bluemix platform. So we're going to set up an area that's just going to be nothing but video games. And if you want to see what's being done in the video game world on the Bluemix platform, well, you come and play some games for over lunch, let's say, for half an hour. And then the last one I wanted to bring up is kind of cool. Is one of our customers, Epson, has built this thing called the M-Trace Analyzer. It's an Internet of Things device that you slap onto a golf club, and it analyzes your swing. It tells you about your impact, your speed, your rotation, and your tempo, and then it displays it on your mobile device for you. So they're a customer of ours. They built this thing using our mobile-first platform. It really accelerated their delivery time. And so we've invited them. We're going to set up a golf cage. We're going to set up and let people swing a golf ball and then show them on an iPad or on a tablet or Nexus tablet or whatever, how their golf swing actually is doing. So it should be a neat way to show what can be done in the Internet of Things and the mobile world. So lots of fun stuff going on at the conference.
Well, this is going to be a great event, and there's a lot of other reasons to go to InterConnect. There's going to be all kinds of great keynote sessions and all types of other learning sessions beyond DevAt. But it sounds to me like the DevAt experience is enough to get people there in and of itself, really.
The DevAt experience is the coolest part of the conference by far. You will learn more in the 48 hours of DevAt than your manager will learn all day at the conference. It's all practical knowledge that is immediately applicable. I'm really pleased with what's going on with it this year.
And I can tell everybody, I know this guy, Brian, he will not lie to you about this. He's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. And then you can go see Elton John or Pitbull, on probably Tuesday or Wednesday night. I can't believe the entertainment they're getting at these conferences now. It's pretty good.
Fantastic, isn't it? Are you an Elton John or are you Pitbull?
I'm an Elton John.
Same here.
Yeah. But,
Same here.
I've never seen either of them, so I wish I could do both, but definitely.
I've never seen either, and I like Mr. Worldwide, but there's not many chances I think I'm going to get to see Elton John, so that's where I'm headed on Wednesday night.
Amen. Brian, thank you for the time, man. I'm really looking
forward
to
Scott.
Connecting there, and we'll capture some of this live when we're there and share it with people over programming like this on DeveloperWork. So.
Yeah, and I expect to see you there and all of your listeners.
Absolutely. Thanks for making time. Again, Brian Bryson is Content Manager, IBM Developer Events. I'm Scott Laningham, and there's the URL right down there to register for InterConnect 2016, which is coming in late February in Las Vegas, Nevada. See you all there.